I believe that innovation in respect of technology in organisations today is obstructed by the lack of understanding at boardroom level. So you might say technology savviness is a new competence for digital age leaders.
Well, a number of things, and I'll come at this from an insurance perspective, that's kind of my background, having worked for many years in insurance. So if I think about insurance, is culture, in that we've always done it this way, so it's hard then to get people to adapt and change. So the culture's the big thing. Some may well perceive that it's financial, but I don't think it is, by the very example of what we're doing, in that if you set up a separate business as a startup, you look at it from a startup budget, so you can innovate very cost effectively. Culture, budgets, but also I think that a lot of the large corporates, their core business is a cash cow. So to move it forward, it's the culture and it's the financial element, but they've got this cash cow of a business, so it's hard to see beyond that when that's driving the short-term results from a shareholder point of view.
It's education, and it's people being not just educated, but enough people who are able to be the educators, knowing their business as well. I think there are too many technological people who call themselves experts without actually having the background of doing it. So I think everybody needs to learn, everybody needs to be educated, and everyone needs to acknowledge the fact that there is a lot they don't know, and there's a lot that needs to be shared.
It's mainly the DNA that typically, the standard way is you cook up a project or initiative, you get somebody to sign off a budget, and then you do it and then you assess it. Actually, the stuff starts the other way around. You don't really know, you need to experiment. And that's much more entrepreneurial. And unfortunately, that goes against the grain of corporate governance in many organizations. To me, that's the biggest obstacle.
Not wanting to take the risk, so not wanting to take a punt and accept that if it goes wrong, they've actually learned a very valuable lesson. There's plenty of gaming companies out there that will release like 50 odd titles that all fail to become a success before they launch that one game that is a massive global success. And working for a publishing company, for instance, we put things down on paper for a very long time, and when it's printed, it's there forever. You can't actually, you can't retract it, you can't change it, and you see that kind of same mentality in a lot of other verticals as well, and that needs to be challenged.
I think it might come down to mindset. I'll give you one specific example, and this is not to say that broadcasters or media owners are not innovating. It's just I don't have a TV for the last 10 years. I consume content online on a laptop or on my mobile phone, and this is a trend that has been shifting for many other people, or even the young generation. They consume content online more than the older generation, and if I was working at a broadcaster, I might not be aware of this, because once you're in an organization, your entire kind of life, or like how you look at different things, or your perspective might be limited to things. So I think mindset is really key to that. You need to be open, and you need to have an organization that's not as flat, and that is really open to be actually thinking, you know what, this is coming and I'm in my comfort zone, but I know that in 5 years or 10 years time, it's going to disrupt my space. So how can I take, or what are the initial steps for me to kind of make sure that I can be ahead of my game? And again, I'm not saying that broadcasters are innovating enough, or it's an example because I work in the same media industry, so that's kind of what I thought could be meaningful as an example.
Fear, I'd say, what I've seen in my lifetime is a few directors and a few employees and just managers in general who are scared of change, scared of that their roles will be redundant in that sense. But ironically, they make their role redundant by not moving with the times. So I think that's a key aspect to coming with the innovation aspects there.